Hello everyone, and thank you for visiting our channel. Today, we'll be delving into the lives of talented actors who left us too soon, often without us even realizing it. From Hollywood icons to rising stars, these individuals made significant contributions to the world of entertainment before their untimely passing. Before we begin, we ask for your support. If this video or their legacy has touched your life, please like it as a sign of respect. Thank you. Now let's begin.
Shaw, above all, he's my guiding light, a disrespecter of authority.
Kathleen Hughes was a striking American actress born on November 14, 1928, in Los Angeles, California. Raised in a family connected to show business, her uncle was screenwriter F. Hugh Herbert. Hughes defied early criticism that she was too tall for Hollywood and pursued acting with quiet determination. She signed with Fox in the late 1940s and rose to fame through roles in film noir and science fiction, most notably as the unforgettable Scream Queen in the 1953 3D sci-fi classic It Came from Outer Space. Her iconic photo, arms raised mid-scream, became a cultural symbol used in countless ads and memorabilia. After being dropped by Fox, Hughes rebuilt her career at Universal, earning acclaim for her daring performances in The Glass Web and Three Bad Sisters. She also embraced television with roles in Perry Mason, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and MASH, proving her range and resilience. Tragically, Hughes passed away on May 19, 2025, at the age of 96. Her death was confirmed by close friend John Jigen Griffin Attle. She leaves behind a rich legacy of over 4 decades in film and television, along with 3 children and a lifetime partnership with producer Stanley Rubin. Kathleen Hughes will forever be remembered for her haunting screen presence and enduring spirit.
After my death, I would like to pass the land on to you, Dale, for all the help you've given me.
Score!
Jonathan Joss was a gifted Native American actor born in 1965 in San Antonio, Texas. Known for his distinctive voice and dignified screen presence, Joss became widely recognized for voicing John Redcorn in the animated series King of the Hill and portraying Chief Ken Hotate on NBC's Parks and Recreation from 2011 to 2015. His roles were praised for authentically representing indigenous identity with wit, grace, and quiet power. In the final year of his life, Joss endured profound hardship. His home was destroyed in a fire, and just 2 days before his death, he was escorted out of a public panel after making an emotional, unscripted speech about loss and survival. "I see a mic, I use it. I see a wrong, I make it right," he said, embodying a life spent fighting invisibility. Tragically, Joss was fatally shot on June 1, 2025, at his property in San Antonio following a reported dispute with a neighbor. He was 59. His death, confirmed by close friend Nick Offerman and husband Tristan Kern de Gonzalez, shocked fans and colleagues alike. Though his property had been lost to fire, Joss's true legacy lies in the powerful characters he brought to life and the pride he carried for his culture and community.
Sandra Bullock and Jan de Bont, the director, saying, "Give me the camera!"
Keanu Reeves, the pain behind the silence. How tragedy forged Hollywood's most humble hero. He's dodged bullets in slow motion, fought armies with nothing but willpower, and redefined the action genre across 3 decades. But behind the breathtaking fight scenes and iconic characters lies a man forged not by fame, but by grief, kindness, and quiet resilience. Keanu Reeves was born on September 2, 1964 in Beirut, Lebanon. His father left when Keanu was just 3 years old. Raised by his British mother in Toronto, he moved from place to place, never staying long, never settling. A childhood of instability, shifting schools, no sense of belonging. And yet, even as a boy, Keanu carried something rare, a calm determination, a quiet strength. He found comfort in motion, skating on ice as a fierce goaltender, performing on stage as a passionate actor. There was no single moment that made him a star, just years of small, sincere steps. Before we continue, take a moment to share in the comments. What is your favorite memory of Keanu Reeves? A film, a quiet gesture of kindness, or a quote that stayed with you? Let's honor this extraordinary life together. He didn't have it easy. He didn't chase fame. But fate had other plans. It was 1989's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure that first introduced the world to his effortless charm. As Ted Theodore Logan, Keanu became the face of optimism for a generation. Goofy, sincere, impossibly kind. In an age of cinematic cynicism, here was a young man who didn't need to be tough to be lovable. It wasn't just a role, it was a revelation. But the real shift came in the 1990s. With Point Break, Speed, and finally, The Matrix, Keanu shattered expectations. He wasn't just a comedic heartthrob, he was a leading man, capable of deep, conflicted, sometimes haunting portrayals. In 1999, The Matrix changed cinema forever, visually, philosophically, but it was Keanu's performance as Neo, a reluctant hero searching for meaning, that gave the film its soul. Neo wasn't flashy, he wasn't invincible, he was vulnerable, thoughtful, human, just like Keanu. And yet, behind the curtain of success, his personal life was unraveling. In 1993, Keanu's close friend River Phoenix died outside a Hollywood nightclub. The loss hit hard. River was family, but worse was yet to come. In 1999, Keanu and his partner Jennifer Syme were expecting a child. Tragically, their daughter was stillborn. The couple never recovered. Less than 2 years later, Jennifer died in a car accident. In a blink, Keanu lost both his child and the woman he loved. He never spoke much about it. No press tours, no confessions, just silence. But that silence said everything. Instead of bitterness, Keanu chose stillness. He walked away from Hollywood's spotlight, gave soft-spoken interviews, and stayed grounded. When he did speak, he spoke from a place of raw honesty. "Grief changes shape," he once said, "but it never ends." It wasn't a soundbite. It was truth, and millions saw themselves in it. While others built brands, Keanu built trust. He rode the subway, gave up his seat, donated millions, quietly, to children's hospitals and cancer research. On set, he'd learn the crew's names, sit with them, laugh with them. He didn't demand attention, he gave attention. His kindness became legendary, not because it was dramatic, but because it was consistent. For a while, his film career slowed. Some thought he had faded, but Keanu wasn't gone. He was just becoming something greater. Then came 2014. John Wick wasn't just a comeback, it was a resurrection. What could have been a typical revenge thriller became a meditation on grief and fury. Keanu didn't just play John Wick, he became him. A man who had lost everything. A man who fought not for vengeance, but for memory. The action was breathtaking, but it was the pain in his eyes that gave the film its soul. Each sequel only deepened the myth, not of an invincible killer, but of a man still trying to live. Beyond acting, Keanu poured his energy into other passions. He co-founded Arch Motorcycle Company, blending mechanical artistry with a lifelong love of riding. He co-authored BRZRKR, a comic series steeped in mythology, mortality, and redemption, mirroring his own lifelong fascinations. And through it all, he never lost sight of who he was. Never stopped showing up for people. When a fan waited hours to meet him at an airport, Keanu stayed, talked, listened, signed everything. When a crew member needed to be with their family across the country, Keanu paid for the flight. No headlines, no cameras, just kindness. In a world that rewards noise, Keanu chose stillness. In a time that values fame, he chose grace. As of 2025, Keanu Reeves has a net worth of $380 million. He earned around $250 million from the Matrix trilogy alone. For John Wick, Chapter 4, He reportedly made $15 million, a long leap from the $2 million he received for the first film. But the money never changed him. "Money is the last thing I think about," he once said. "I could live on what I've already made for the next few centuries." And yet, what he's built is worth far more than any fortune. He's become a beacon, not of stardom, but of sincerity. Today, he continues to work, not because he needs to, but because he believes in stories, in craft, in connection. And we continue to watch, not just because he entertains, but because he inspires. So now, we ask you, what Keanu moment has stayed with you the most? Was it Neo's final stand, John Wick's quiet fury, or that video, yes, that video, of him helping a stranger at the subway stop? Share your memory in the comments. Because this isn't just about a movie star. This is about a man who, through tragedy and triumph, reminded us all, there is beauty in stillness. There is strength in gentleness. Keanu Reeves didn't just survive Hollywood. He redefined what it means to belong in it. And for that, we say, thank you. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more heartfelt tributes. We honor lives that shaped generations, and this journey is just beginning. Until next time, be kind, stay grounded, and above all, be excellent to each other.
Federally certified crash test dummies and putting it together and just kind of fashioning our own things.
John Brenkus was a visionary American producer and television host born in 1970. With a passion for bridging science and sport, he rose to prominence as the co-creator and host of Sports Science, an Emmy-winning series that transformed how millions understood athletic performance. Airing on Fox Sports and later ESPN, the show broke new ground by using advanced technology to explore the physics of sports, earning 6 Emmy Awards and acclaim for its innovative storytelling. Brenkus's life behind the camera was marked by profound creativity, but also personal battles. After selling Sports Science to ESPN, he entered a deep period of depression, later revealing in a 2023 interview that he had once been on the brink of suicide. He credited his dog, Zeppelin, with saving his life during that dark moment. With courage, he sought help from multiple mental health professionals, sharing his journey to healing with candor and hope. On May 31, 2025, Brenkus passed away by suicide at the age of 54, as confirmed by the Virginia office of the chief medical examiner. At the time of his death, he was producing The George X Show and leading his company, Base Productions. His estimated net worth was between $8 and $10 million. Brenkus leaves behind a legacy of innovation, education, and empathy, a life that changed the way we see science, sport, and the silent struggles behind success.
You stupid, you filthy slut! Did you with me?
Ed Gale was a distinctive American actor and stunt performer born in 1963. Living with dwarfism and standing just 3 feet 4 inches tall, he turned what many saw as a limitation into a unique strength. Gale rose to fame in the 1980s through iconic roles that blended humor and horror, most famously as the physical performer behind the possessed doll Chucky in Child's Play, and as the title character in Howard the Duck. With more than 130 film and TV credits, his career spanned decades and genres, from cult classics to mainstream comedy. Despite his on-screen charisma, Gale's life took a deeply troubling turn in 2023 when he admitted to attempting to meet a person he believed to be a 14-year-old boy, leading to public outcry and a tarnished legacy. Though he was not arrested due to health concerns, the incident profoundly impacted his later years. Ed Gale passed away in May 2025 at the age of 61. His death was confirmed by his representative, Angela Strange. While the cause was not disclosed, his family remembered him with warmth, humor, and stories of his love for old Hollywood, roller rink DJing, and 7-Eleven hot dogs. At the time of his passing, his estimated net worth was believed to be in the low millions. Gale leaves behind a legacy as complex as it was unforgettable, one marked by talent, controversy, and deep humanity.
Rapper John.
Those two, they're ruining this war for all of us.
Loretta Swit was a beloved American actress born in 1937, best known for her groundbreaking portrayal of Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan on the legendary television series MASH. Over the course of the show's 11 seasons, Swit appeared in nearly every episode, earning 10 Emmy nominations and winning twice for a role she didn't just perform, she redefined. Her character evolved from a caricature into a complex woman of compassion, strength, and ambition, thanks in large part to Swit's creative insight and insistence on depth and dignity. Swit passed away in May 2025 at the age of 87 from suspected natural causes at her home in New York City. Her death was confirmed by publicist Harlan Bowl. Tributes poured in from her MASH co-stars, including Alan Alda, who called her a supremely talented actor, and Mike Farrell, who shared a quiet farewell. Loretta, 1937-2025. Though widely known for her television work, Swit also graced films such as Freebie and The Bean and Race with the Devil, and made memorable appearances on Hawaii Five-0, Mission Impossible, and The Love Boat. She chose to live life on her terms, embracing independence and artistic freedom over traditional roles. At the time of her passing, her net worth was estimated at $4 million. Loretta Swit leaves behind a legacy not only of talent, but of courage, candor, and trailblazing humanity. Devin Lee Harjes was a gifted American actor born on July 29, 1983, in Lubbock, Texas. With a love for animals and storytelling, he grew up among horses before discovering his passion for performance. He later moved to New York City, where he honed his craft in student films, indie productions, and eventually Broadway, laying the foundation for a career marked by intensity and authenticity. Harjes rose to prominence through his gripping portrayal of Jack Dempsey in Boardwalk Empire, followed by memorable turns as Oscar, the Rikers Island nurse in Daredevil, and Clyde in DC's Gotham. He most recently captured hearts as Pete Baylor in Season 3 of Manifest, showcasing the emotional range that made him a quiet force in television. Sadly, Harjes passed away in June 2025 at the age of 41, after a brief and courageous battle with cancer. He died at Mount Sinai West Hospital in New York, surrounded by family. His passing was reported by The Hollywood Reporter and mourned by those closest to him, including his parents, sister, ex-wife, and his beloved cat, Maud. While his financial legacy remains private, his artistic one endures, through roles that reflected both humanity and complexity. Devin Lee Harjes will be remembered not only for the characters he brought to life, but for the unwavering spirit with which he lived his own. Michael Sumler was a dynamic American performer, best known for his vibrant energy as a longtime member of the iconic R&B group Kool and the Gang. Born in Chicago and affectionately known as Chicago Mike, Sumler joined the band in 1985 after being discovered by one of their security guards during a local performance with his band Power Pack. What began as a chance introduction blossomed into a decades-long role where he thrilled audiences not only as a wardrobe stylist and choreographer, but as a charismatic hype man and backup vocalist on stage. Sumler tragically passed away at the age of 71 on May 25, 2025, following a fatal car accident in Mableton, Georgia. His death was confirmed by both the band and Mableton Mayor Michael Owens, who honored him as a music legend. From 2004 to 2015, Sumler played a vital role in the group's live shows, making sure they looked and felt their best night after night. He remained involved with the band in recent years, helping launch their Le Cool Champagne events. Though financial details remain private, Sumler's legacy is etched in the memories of fans who danced to his rhythm and felt his contagious spirit. He brought style, soul, and joy to every stage he graced. Michael Sumler's journey reminds us that greatness can begin anywhere, and that passion, when nurtured, can light up the world.
And don't worry, I won't let the Wicked Witch get you, or you, Scarecrow.
George Wendt was a beloved American actor born in 1948 in Chicago, Illinois. His journey into comedy began at the famed Second City, where his natural timing and warm presence quickly set him apart. Wendt found his place in television history with his portrayal of Norm Peterson, the beer-loving regular on NBC's legendary sitcom Cheers. From 1982 to 1993, he appeared in every one of the show's 275 episodes, earning 6 Emmy nominations and a permanent place in pop culture. "Afternoon, everybody," Norm's cheerful greeting, became one of television's most cherished catchphrases. Wendt passed away peacefully in his sleep on May 20th, 2025, at the age of 76. His death was confirmed by his longtime publicist, Melissa Nathan. He is survived by his wife of 46 years, actress Bernadette Burkett, their children and stepchildren. His nephew is actor Jason Sudeikis. Beyond Cheers, Wendt worked across film, stage, and animation, appearing in shows like Frasier, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and The Simpsons. He also made his mark on Broadway in Art and Hairspray. At the time of his passing, his net worth was estimated at $10 million. George Wendt leaves behind a legacy of laughter, heart, and enduring characters, proof that sometimes the kindest people leave the loudest echoes.
So, do you forgive me?
Ben Rathbun was an American reality television personality best remembered for his emotional and unpredictable journey on Season 5 of 90 Day Fiancé, Before the 90 Days. Born in 1969, Ben captured viewers' attention with his complex relationship with Mahogany Roca, which ultimately blossomed into a real-life marriage. Together, their story sparked both debate and admiration among fans, culminating in their surprise wedding announcement on a 2024 episode of 90 Day Diaries. Sadly, Ben passed away on May 19, 2025, at the age of 55, after a brief but courageous battle with stage 4 stomach cancer. His death was confirmed by his ex-wife, Lisa Perry Rathbun, in a heartfelt Facebook post, requesting prayers for their family. Beyond the cameras, Ben was a devoted father of 4 and a man who found strength in faith and fitness. In his final social media post, he left behind a message of hope. "Have an awesome, awesome day. You deserve it." Diagnosed in late 2024, he faced his illness with quiet resilience, surrounded by loved ones at his parents' home in Indiana. Though no specific financial legacy has been disclosed, Ben's enduring message of love and renewal continues to inspire. His untimely passing leaves a void in the hearts of those who followed his journey, one marked by redemption, connection, and heartfelt humanity.
Decent mother to my children. I should have killed you all those years ago.
But you didn't do it.
Drake Hoggeston was a beloved American actor born on September 29, 1953, in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Before stepping into the spotlight, he pursued a career in baseball, signing with the New York Yankees organization. A career-ending injury would redirect his path, and fate led him to acting. In 1986, he joined the cast of the long-running daytime soap opera Days of Our Lives as John Black, a role he embodied for 38 years. With his brooding charm and commanding presence, Hoggeston transformed the character into a fan favorite, navigating gripping storylines of romance, memory loss, and redemption. His performance earned him multiple Soap Opera Digest awards and the enduring love of daytime audiences. Sadly, Hoggeston passed away on September 28, 2024, one day before his 71st birthday, after a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. His death was confirmed by his longtime publicist. 8 months later, in a poignant tribute, Days of Our Lives wrote the death of John Black into the show. The emotional farewell, featuring a montage of his decades-long love story with Marlena, Deidre Hall, left fans and castmates in tears. At the time of his passing, Hoggeston left behind a legacy of dramatic excellence and an estimated net worth of $6 million. His Malibu home, where he spent his final years, stood as a quiet testament to a life well lived and deeply cherished.
So I guess they had to appoint a new interim sheriff.
Samuel French was a gifted American actor born in 1979 in Waco, Texas. With a natural affinity for performance, he began his journey in community theater before rising through the ranks of television and film. His most acclaimed role came in 2023, portraying Agent C.J. Robinson in Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, where he held his own beside Robert De Niro, with a performance marked by quiet intensity and profound emotional depth. Samuel also left a memorable imprint on audiences with his work in Fear the Walking Dead and the film Towpath, where he played a detective during the civil rights era with striking conviction. Sadly, Samuel passed away on May 9, 2025, at the age of 45, after a long and private battle with metastatic cancer. His death was confirmed by producer Paul Sinecor, who worked closely with him on Towpath and described him as a magnetic actor who poured his soul into every frame. At the time of his death, French had completed several projects, with more set to release posthumously. He is survived by his beloved daughter, whom he often spoke of with pride and tenderness. At the time of his passing, Samuel's estimated net worth was around $2 million. His legacy is one of fearless artistry and enduring passion, a light that burned brightly and left a lasting impression on those fortunate enough to witness it.
I knew all her innermost secrets. You see that nice, fresh look?
Ruth Buzzi was a beloved American comedian and actress, born on July 24, 1936, in Westerly, Rhode Island, and raised in Stonington, Connecticut. A gifted performer with a talent for expressive comedy, she rose to national prominence in the late 1960s through her unforgettable work on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Her portrayal of Gladys Ormsby, a fierce handbag-wielding woman in drab clothing, became iconic, challenging stereotypes and endearing her to a generation of viewers. Over a 6-decade career, Buzzi's versatility lit up stages and screens. She earned 5 Emmy nominations and won a Golden Globe, with notable appearances on Sesame Street, The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, and in films like Freaky Friday, 2003. Her impact extended to live performances, including a successful nightclub act that showcased her remarkable comedic range. Tragically, Buzzi passed away peacefully in her sleep on May 2, 2025, at the age of 88, after a long battle with Alzheimer's disease. She had been in hospice care at her home in Texas. Her death was announced in a heartfelt Facebook post that celebrated her warmth and brilliance. Ruth Buzzi leaves behind not only an unforgettable legacy of laughter and resilience, but also a deep appreciation from generations touched by her work and indomitable spirit.
Yes, great idea. You take me to find him. Why didn't I think of that? Come on.
No, Breaking news. She preached kindness and built a fortune. But what happened when the curtain dropped? The untold journey of Ellen DeGeneres. For nearly 2 decades, Ellen DeGeneres was a lighthouse of laughter and light. Her daytime talk show was more than just a fixture on American television. It was a space of joy, healing, and surprise. Viewers knew her as the woman who danced through her monologues, who gave away cars and college funds, who signed off each show with a gentle reminder, Be kind to one another. But what happens when the spotlight dims and the brand of kindness is tested? Behind the smile was a story of triumph, of backlash, and of personal reinvention that remains one of the most fascinating in entertainment history. If Ellen's journey has touched your heart in any way, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What did her message mean to you? Ellen Lee DeGeneres was born in 1958 in Metairie, Louisiana, a child of divorce, growing up in a modest environment that would quietly shape her fierce sense of independence. Her early years were marked not by privilege, but by perseverance. She began performing stand-up comedy in the 1980s, and by 1986, her charm and sharp timing earned her a seat on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show, a signal in that era that a star had truly arrived. But Ellen wasn't just another comic. In 1997, she did something no other lead in a primetime sitcom had done before. She came out as gay, both on-screen and off. The world wasn't ready. Hollywood turned cold. Her sitcom, Ellen, was canceled the following year, and her phone stopped ringing. She had told her truth, and for a time, she paid the price. Yet from silence, Ellen rose again. In 2003, she returned to television with The Ellen DeGeneres Show. What began as a lighthearted talk show became an empire, one built on a promise of kindness, laughter, and generosity. She wasn't just interviewing stars. She was changing lives, paying off student loans, surprising cancer survivors with trips of a lifetime, giving voice to the unheard. For 19 seasons, she became a fixture in millions of homes, bringing comfort in a troubled world. By the mid-2010s, Ellen was no longer just a host. She was a brand, a household name. Her production company, A Very Good Production, created spin-offs, game shows, children's programming, and more. She endorsed major brands like CoverGirl, JCPenney, and American Express. She launched her own lifestyle line, ED by Ellen. Her voice as Dory in Finding Nemo and Finding Dory cemented her in animation history. Real estate became another playground. She flipped multi-million-dollar homes with astonishing success. By 2025, her net worth stood at an estimated $500 million. But behind the fame, something was stirring. In 2020, allegations emerged from behind the scenes of The Ellen DeGeneres Show. Former staff described a toxic work environment. For a woman whose mantra was kindness, the news was not just damaging, it was devastating. The public image cracked, critics were swift, and so was the fallout. 3 senior producers were let go. Ellen herself opened season 18 with a direct, emotional apology. "I take responsibility for what happens at my show," she said, standing alone on stage. "This is the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I am Ellen DeGeneres." That moment was her reckoning. It wasn't about saving face, it was about reclaiming accountability. And it marked a turning point. Rather than defend or deflect, Ellen did what few in her position ever do. She owned it, publicly, transparently. She acknowledged the distance between her brand and her backstage reality. Then she worked to close that distance. The final seasons of her show were quieter, more reflective. There were still laughs, but also moments of gratitude, and yes, farewell. In 2022, she chose to step away, not defeated, but transformed. Stepping out of the spotlight allowed Ellen to return to her roots. She focused on her passion for animals and environmental conservation. She invested more time in her foundation and in creative projects that didn't require applause. She downsized her public profile, but not her purpose. She stayed married to Portia de Rossi, her partner through every storm, and re-centered her life away from the cameras. For many, her fall from grace was a surprise. But for those who understood the weight of being a symbol, the more powerful story was how she carried herself through it. Today, Ellen DeGeneres is remembered not just for her wealth or her talk show, but for what she stood for, and how she stood back up when it mattered most. She taught a generation to laugh at life, to look for the light, and to lead with compassion. Her message, however imperfectly lived, resonated with millions. In an industry often defined by ego, Ellen's greatest power was always her ability to make others feel seen. And perhaps that is her true legacy, not the millions earned, but the moments gifted. If this story moved you, consider subscribing to our channel. We honor the lives and legacies of those who've made a difference. Your support helps us keep their memories alive.